Jays. And by the 2013 Honda Civic, Canada's best-selling car 15 years in a row. Honda, the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Welcome to Rogers Center, where the roof has just been closed. It was open most of the afternoon, but John Farrell's Red Sox in town for a 3-game set. Now it's time to take a look at the starting lineups. They're brought to you by Quaker State, real, durable oil. The Boston Red Sox lost 3 of 4 to the Kansas City Royals on this season-long 11-game road trip. Ellsbury, Victorino, Pedroia, top of the order, then David Ortiz, .361 against right-handed hitter pitchers, and that's the highest average in the major leagues against righties. And Mike Napoli against the Blue Jays, he has had some run with the power. 5 homers and 12 RBIs in just 13 games for the first baseman.
Good lineup that Todd Redmond will have to face tonight. Recall, for the second time, makes his return to the Blue Jays rotation. This start originally belonged to Esmil Rogers, but he has been moved to the bullpen for now. He was optioned back to Buffalo after his last start August the 2nd. That was 11 days ago, and he has not pitched in the game since then. Should be interesting to see him tonight here if he has his command.
And Jacoby Ellsbury, one of the best leadoff hitters in all of baseball, has 142 hits. That's the most for any leadoff hitter in the major leagues. Batting at .301 for the season. Redmond is set, waits on Ellsbury to step in, and here's the first pitch of the ball game. Just missed down and away. Ellsbury is tied for 8th in the American League in runs scored. He scored 71 runs at the top of the order, and well, you talk about a good table set.
Yeah, one of the best in the game right here at leading off the game. The Red Sox have never faced Todd Redmond, and they will take a lot of pitches first time through here, try to get a feel for what Redmond throws.
Veteran hitters generally like to have some background against a particular starter. That's not the case for Boston. You see the switch hitter Shane Victorino on deck behind Ellsbury. Ellsbury went 7 for 18 in the 4-game Kansas City series. Here he hits a bouncing ball to short. Big hop for Reyes. One down. Take a look at the defense for the Blue Jays behind Todd Redmond. And there's a change in center field. Miguel Bonifacio starts for the second consecutive day. Colby Erasmus dealing with an injury. He's flanked by Rajay Davis and Jose Bautista. Lorian Reyes on the left side of the infield. Esteuras Encarnacion on the right side. And J.P. Arancibia is back behind the plate.
You know, and Jose Reyes admits he is not 100%, but still plays every day. Just 2 errors this season in 52 games for Reyes at shortstop for the Blue Jays.
Shane Victorino batting right-handed against Todd Redmond. Pulls it to third. Laurie backhands it, takes his time, and Victorino's retired. Now, Todd Redmond is a guy that Blue Jays know well. The Red Sox don't have much of an information.
Yeah, so they'll take a look at him. He likes to use his fastball. He likes to use it at the top of the strike zone. He'll mix in a slider and a little bit of a changeup. He gets into problems when he tries to overthrow. He's got great mechanics for me at really hiding the baseball and really surprises a lot of the batters with his fastball up in the upper parts of the strike zone.
Pedroia takes a pitch to get a look at Todd Redmond. 291 for Pedroia. Got 41 multi-hit games. He is truly the heart and soul of this ball club. You can see he has been a thorn in the Blue Jays side all season. A .389 average.
And big base hits also. Not afraid to hit with runners on base. Comes up with big base hits.
Kansas City handled him very well. He was just 2 for 14, and the Red Sox are really singing the praises of that young Kansas City team. Redmond trying to drop down and missed outside.
Talking to some of the Red Sox people, they were saying that Pedroia has been squaring up a lot of pitches, just not getting any luck, hitting balls really hard, but right at him.
Great pitch spoiled by Pedroia.
Redmond's fastball is only about 92, maybe 93 miles an hour when he reaches back for a little something extra, but it's how he throws it. I think it really takes the batters by surprise. That ball is on top of him. I think he hides the ball well, gets that ball in that strike zone with regularity.
Another good pitch and fouled straight back by Pedroia. Todd Redmond had an interesting spring. Blue Jays claimed him right at the end of spring training. He developed a shoulder problem and then had the start to his season delayed. It was the second time that he had been claimed on waivers. It happened also in February 2020. The veteran Tom Hallion behind the plate. If it's a strike, he'll let you know. Very animated strike call. David Ortiz on deck. Currently the third in the batting race in the American League.
Well, isn't this like Pedroia right here? See a lot of pitches, foul a lot of good ones off. Todd Redmond's thrown some nice pitches to him, and he's been able to battle him. Keep the at-bat alive.
Another battle fouled straight back. Well, this is what Pedroia does. Well, he makes up his mind that he's going to cover everything now, especially with 2 strikes.
He's challenging him too. He's using his fastball against Pedroia. Down and away, up and in.
That one was up and in right under his chin, and he was able to foul it off.
Changed up on him, threw him a slider. Just got on the side and didn't really finish it. Spun it up there. Luckily for the Blue Jays, Pedroia had a check swing.
Pedroia's making Redmond work. Down the right side, that's a fair ball, and Pedroia is around first, headed for second. Boy, if that doesn't reflect the entire Red Sox batting order, the way they work the count and take what the pitcher gives you, Pedroia on the 11th pitch of the at-bat doubles down the right field line.
And never gave in 1 inch. Fastball, he goes back to it, and it's in a good spot, down and away. Told you that he's been hitting everything hard. That's a good pitch and a good at-bat. Hits it into the corner, and they've got a guy in scoring position.
For Pedroia, his 28th double, that sets the table early for David Ortiz. We mentioned his .361 average against righty pitching, the best in the big leagues. I had a great chat with Ortiz during batting practice, talking about his approach at the plate, how he tries to read pitchers, and even pays attention to the catchers, what their patterns are, and he'll watch the pitcher as he pitches to left-handed batters in the lineup ahead of him.
Well, that's the thing about veteran players, that they've been around long enough and they can find the little things within the game to help them. Maybe a catcher, like you said, falls into a pattern of what they want to do.
Off the plate inside, Redmond. He's got some room to work. Everybody knows David Ortiz is a run producer. .315 this season with runners in scoring position. Got a base open, and I know it's early, but at the same time, Ortiz has a track record.
Yep, and it's a good one. Got to be careful here, 2-0. You know, and that's why we highlighted these 2 guys in the opening right here, Pedroia and Ortiz. First 2 batters go out. It might have been 8 or 9 pitches. And Redmond looked like he was going to have a nice, easy first inning. Pedroia gets 11, and now Ortiz works the count in his favor.
And he is looking for 1 pitch. You know, the Red Sox take a lot of pitches. They're one of the best in baseball at that. But their definition of hitting is take pitches until you get the one you want to hit. They're not trying to walk. They're trying to make sure they get a good pitch to hit.
And if you nibble and if you try and pitch around them, they'll just let you.
A good cut on that pitch up and away. They'd like to have that back. When you look at the hitters on this team, that's Greg Colburn, the hitting coach. They all kind of take on the same personality. They go up there. Ellsbury was on a little bit of a surveying mission to see what Redmond was dealing with. Set up Pedroia's great at bat. Daniel Nava's on deck.
And just like that, what looked like a quick inning is now this is going to be his 23rd pitch of this inning.
Ortiz talks to young hitters on his team, and he also talks to the pitchers. He always reminds pitchers hitting is hard. Take your natural ability and try to use that fastball as often as you can. Redmond has done that in this inning. 3-2, 2 outs. Pedroia at second. Another extended at bat. 7 pitches now to David Ortiz, and Aaron Seavey out to talk to Redmond. How are we going to finish this off?
Yeah. What do you feel comfortable with here? It's 3-2. Do you want to attack them, or would you rather pitch around them? They also know that Pedroia is out there at second base. These two teams face each other enough that they scout signs, things like that. Probably just told him, hey, this is what I want you to throw. I'm just going to put my glove up.
Right at the top and out of the strike zone, and Ortiz takes the 2-out walk. First and second 2 outs. That'll bring Daniel Nava to the plate. But this is what the Red Sox do. They work your pitcher. They like to get to the bullpen early, and their goal is to get the starter out of the game by the 5th.
By the 5th inning, they've got 5 of the top players in the major leagues at pitches per plate appearance. And they're at the top of the lineup. And the best in baseball is actually the guy on deck, Mike Napoli. And you're right. They only want to see 5 innings from that starter.
Daniel Nava, the left fielder. He too takes a strike even after Ortiz walked. There is Napoli on deck. Oh, and 2. Wow, 27 pitches now thrown by Redmond.
And what was it, the first 2 guys to get the first 2 outs in the inning? Maybe 8?
Yeah, it was very quick. Both Ellsbury and Victorino grounded out. Redmond ahead 0-2. Fly ball into center. Bonifacio backing up. He's got room. Just in front of the warning track. He hauls it in. Long inning for Todd Redmond. But he gets out of it. Blue Jays, top of the order. Jose Reyes, followed by Rajay Davis, and then Jose Bautista. 27 home runs this season for Bautista. Sox runners. Top of the order for the Blue Jays is Reyes, Davis, and Bautista to start things off. Jose Reyes, top of the order against Boston this season, has had a great run. 429, 12 for 28 with a pair of homers and 5 RBIs. And the number 3 hitter, Bautista, has also hit very well against Boston. 5 home runs and 11 RBIs. He has matched Mike Napoli in the home run department.
Ryan Dempster will take the mound for the Boston Red Sox. 23 starts this year, 6-8 record. Has not lost in his last 8 starts, his longest single-season unbeaten streak. But in that time, he's just 2-0 with 6 no decisions. At times he throws well, at times he hasn't thrown well in his last few starts.
Jose Reyes takes a pitch right at the top of the zone, an off-speed pitch. Reyes has seen Dempster a lot. They both spent time in the National League. This is 4 for 14 against Dempster. Ryan Dempster is making his 4th start of the season against the Blue Jays. So they have seen him a lot. Off-speed pitch, and Reyes strikes out. 1 down. Let's check out the defense behind Ryan Dempster. In the outfield, Daniel Nava, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Shane Victorino. A couple of Gold Glovers in center and right. Will Middlebrooks is back from the minor leagues. He's at third base. Stephen Drew and Dustin Pedroia up the middle. Napoli at first base, and Jared Saltalamacchia, the switch-hitting catcher, is behind the plate.
And Dustin Pedroia started at second base in all but 1 game this year. Second in the major leagues, qualifying at second base. He has committed just 3 errors in 524 chances at second base.
Yep, he is a terrific defender and the heart and soul of this ball club. Rajay Davis drives it to center field. Should be an easy play for Ellsbury. He's there. 2 outs.
Let's take a look at the scouting report for Ryan Dempster. This is what he'll throw. Cutter, fastball, slider, splitter. He's been giving up a lot of hits lately. He's got to get the ball down in the strike zone. One pitch that has been working for him is that splitter. Batter's hitting just 139 against Dempster's splitter this season. He's getting more ground balls with it this year also. And that splitter, that was the pitch that he struck Jose Reyes out on. It looked pretty nasty.
Bautista watches the curveball break off the plate outside. .265 for the Blue Jays right fielder. Taking another pitch all the way. Bautista, a little bit of a dry spell here. He's 0 for his last 8. Pops this one up a mile high. Mike Napoli, the first baseman, comes down and makes the catch, and it's a quick inning for Ryan Dempster. 8 pitches, and he sits down the order.
to you by the 2013 Honda Civic, Canada's best-selling car 15 years in a row. Honda, the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Welcome back to Rogers Center. We move to the top of the second. It'll be Mike Napoli to lead things off. Mentioned his good season against the Jays. He's hit 5 home runs and driven in 12. Blue Jays have a pretty good idea how to get him out. They just haven't been able to execute consistently.
And all that is just pounding him inside. Napoli likes the ball away from him where he can extend. And I think you have to really keep the ball in tight on him. He had a big series here the last time the Red Sox were in town.
Pops this one up. Edwin Encarnacion, the first baseman, makes the grab. Napoli's retired. One down, and that'll bring to the plate Stephen Drew, who's really swinging a hot bat. He's got a 12-game hit streak.
Well, hot hitters in the month of August. We got a couple of them here in this series right here. Miguel Cabrera leads everybody at 455. Brett Lawrie's had a great August, and Stephen Drew has had a great August. Both of them hitting over 430. And it's a simple approach for Stephen Drew.
Blue Jays have dealt with 2 of the hottest hitters the last 2 series. Eric Sogard, the second baseman, came in and had a long 14-game hit streak snapped during the Blue Jays series. Now Stephen Drew has the longest active hit streak in the American League at 12 games. 4.22 average over that 12-game hit streak. He's driven in 9 runs. He's also walked 9 times. Two balls and a strike to Stephen Drew. Fouls it back. Tennis fans, a reminder that you can watch Milos Raonic. He is playing currently on Sportsnet 1, the ATP 1000 Series, Western and Southern Open. And, of course, Milos Raonic finished second in the Rogers Cup last weekend.
Where they really jammed the middle of the diamond against Stephen Drew. They know how hot he is. Look at Brett Lawrie and Jose Reyes. Taking away that alley from straightaway shortstop to second base.
Full count. Another foul back. Boy, that pitch count is jumping because the Red Sox have spoiled pitch after pitch by fouling off.
And that's another thing. It's not just their ability to recognize pitches. It's fouling off good pitchers' pitches and live for another pitch.
Drew takes strike 3. He's asking the umpire if it was high enough, and certainly Tom Hallion thought so. 2 down. First strikeout of the night for Todd Redmond.
This is what I mean about batters just not picking up Redmond's fastball. That's right there. Plenty high enough, as you can see, right at the knees, and it's a big part of the plate also. He just was locked up on that fastball.
Couldn't pull the trigger. You see Brett Lawrie moving into shallow right field all the way from third base as Jared Saltalamacchia, the catcher, steps in with 2 outs. Good production for Saltalamacchia, 265, 10, and 44. Todd Redmond in his last start retired the first 6 batters he faced in the Angel game, and then really ran into trouble in the 4th. And here he blows another one right by Saltalamacchia.
Yeah, hitting 93 miles an hour, and it's at the upper part of the strike zone. Hitters just have a problem picking it up and getting on top of it. That last start you were talking about in Anaheim, he got 2 quick outs in his last inning and then hit a batter Gave up 4 straight hits, and he was gone.
He struck out Howie Kendrick to start the 4th, and right behind him got Mark Trumbull. Then he hit Eric Ibar with a pitch. Ibar stole second. And then Chris Nelson had an RBI single, and then he just couldn't stop the bleeding.
Yep.
He didn't get another guy out, and then he left the ball game in favor of Aaron Luke.
And up until that inning, I thought he was throwing the ball really well.
"44 pitches now for Todd Redmond, and this was the concern. Redmond, as Pat mentioned, had not pitched in the minor leagues after his last start here with the Blue Jays. And John Gibbons already looking at the Red Sox lineup. How are we going to get through this? It's only been 1 hit so far in this ball game. Dustin Pedroia had a 2-out double in the 1st. Another full count. Skied into right field. Bautista jogging in. Gets there, and Saltalamacchia is retired. The inning is over. When we come back, it'll be Edwin Encarnacion to start things out, followed by Adam Lynn and Brett Laurie swinging a hot bat in August. The Blue Jays take on the Boston Red Sox. Game time is 7:07 p.m. First 20,000 fans will receive a downloadable music card. Great prizes are also available. Call the Blue Jays at 416-341-1234. Log on to BlueJays.com or stop by most Rogers Plus locations. Top 40 Music Night, Thursday. Edwin Encarnacion, the first baseman, will start things off for the Blue Jays. Edwin's splits are just about identical versus righties and lefties. Against left-handed pitching, he's at 280, 273 against righties. Dempster really pulled that one badly down and away.
You know what makes Edwin so good is when you watch him set up, you can see how nice and relaxed he is at the plate. But as the pitcher starts towards home, he raises his hands and he flattens out his bat. All good hitters get to that launching position right there, and that's what makes him a good breaking ball hitter, I think. He is an excellent breaking ball hitter, especially with 2 strikes. It's a short, compact swing. You can see how nice and relaxed he is. He's got his hands down low to take the tension out of his shoulders. And then he raises up.
3-1. Looked like might have been a splitter. He gets in there for a strike. It's a full count.
That's respect. Early in the game, second inning, 3-1. He throws him an off-speed pitch.
The same way the Blue Jays pitched to David Ortiz with 2 outs in the first inning. Very carefully. Breaking ball in the dirt. Leadoff walk for the Jays. Fans, if you want your baseball questions answered by our team of experts, email asktheexperts@sportsnet.ca and keep your eye out for the home hardware Ask the Experts segment later on in the game. So the leadoff walk will bring Adam Lynn to the plate. Lynn's been in a little bit of a downward spiral of late. He was 1 for 3 in the game yesterday. Drives this ball into center. Ellsbury came in initially. Now he retreats right on the edge of the warning track. He makes the catch, and Encarnacion returns to first.
They're just missing some of those pitches from Ryan Dempster. Ball was up and hit hard by Adam Lynn. I thought that Rajay Davis just missed one that was up to him.
Brett Laurie will be the batter. Quite a Canadian battle of BC boys. Langley, BC at the plate. Gibson's BC on the mound. And there's a bouncing ball past Will Middlebrooks. He knocked it down. It goes into foul ground. Encarnacion has to hold at second base. And Brett Laurie off to a good start. He is now 6 for his last 9.
Boy, he is swinging a hot bat. He's finding the holes now and hitting the ball hard. This is one of the few balls that he's going to pull to get his base hits. Middlebrooks does a good job of laying out and knocking the ball down. The ball's hit so hard, if it gets by him, that's extra bases.
So far, Langley is up 1. Take a look at the map of British Columbia, Vancouver, of course, and Langley is way down southeast of Vancouver, and Gibson's is almost in the opposite direction. But BC has really turned out a lot of good baseball players.
Some great players have come from this area.
Maple Ridge, of course, the home of Larry Walker. Meiser is Sturis. Is Sturis with 31 RBIs. In looking at Ryan Dempster, he is what you would call the consummate pitcher. At one time, he had a fastball in the mid-90s. That's no longer the case, but boy, he does his best work when he can go back and forth with velocity and in and out with location.
Yeah, he is now a pitcher. He's going to have to outsmart the hitters and outthink them and outpitch them and make pitches. He's been around a long time, and he certainly knows how to do that. But you're right, earlier in his career, he could just get out there and just throw it right by you if he needed to. He fits in perfectly with the Boston Red Sox makeup. Just a bunch of gamers, and he can grow a beard.
And Sturz hits it on the ground. Stephen Drew to Pedroia on the run, back to first. Double play. Dustin Pedroia caught that ball full stride and turned it perfectly. They're still scoreless after 2. American League East, and you look at the breakdown of the division within the AL East, the Red Sox have gone 28-20, and their run differential is plus 39. The Rays are right there with them in the win total with 28. But look at the Blue Jays. They have won just 10 fewer games than the Red Sox and the Rays, and they've been outscored dramatically.
Yeah, the run differential, the big one. And I think if you want to win this division, or any division, in any sport, you have to figure out a way to win within your division. You have to win. I was talking to Torey Lovello today, who's now the bench coach for the Boston Red Sox, and he says he thinks their April, they were prepared coming out of spring training, their April really is the separator right now for their team. That 3-game lead over Tampa Bay. Tampa did not have a good April. They did, and that's been the separator for them.
Torey Lovello left the Blue Jays and went to Boston with John Farrell and Brian Butterfield.
They were prepared coming out of spring training. They worked very hard, and they had a great April. Got off to a big start, and I think that really set the tone for the whole season.
Middlebrooks drives it deep down the right side, but that's going to slice into the seats. The flip side of that is the Blue Jays got up to a 10-21 start. And they came out of spring training and looked flat, didn't have a good start to their season, and they have never been able to overcome that slow start.
Everybody says, oh, you can't win in April. I don't believe that. I think it's all set in spring training. The tone is set, and then you get out quickly in April. It can do wonders for your season.
Well, Middlebrooks strikes out. Fans, it's time now for our BlackBerry Sneak Peek Stat of the Game, brought to you by the new BlackBerry Z10 and Q10, built to keep you moving.
Well, one more time, Jays versus the East, not just this year. How about the last 4 years? Their winning percentage has gone down each year. They haven't been able to figure out how to win within their division, beating the Red Sox and the Rays and the Orioles and the Yankees. The last 4 years, it's gotten worse.
And, of course, you're going to play the majority of your games in your own division, so you're going to figure out a way to improve upon that record. Back to the top of the order, Jacoby Ellsbury grounded out to short his first time up. Good breaking ball by Redmond underneath the hands of Ellsbury.
You know, if you throw enough fastballs and you put fastball in the mind, they'll start swinging at that slider. It's a late breaker, and he threw that one in a good spot to the left-handed hitter.
Got him to chase upstairs. You're right. You throw enough strikes, all of a sudden they're going to have to come out of their patient approach and start to protect the plate.
And that's where that slider really becomes effective, because it looks like a fastball. That's the whole idea of that pitch.
Copa down at third base, indicating no swing from Ellsbury. It's 1-2. Ellsbury's a free agent after this season. Boy, oh boy, he's going to be an attractive free agent on the open market. Breaking ball on the outside corner. Ellsbury didn't like the call. Checking with Tom Hallion, the home plate umpire.
And you are right about Tom Hallion behind the plate. I love his strike three call. Slider back door. You know as a hitter if it's a ball or a strike.
That's 3 strikeouts in the ball game to this inning for Todd Redmond. Shane Victorino, the batter. Interesting, Victorino is batting right-handed. He's a switch hitter. And I talked to him before the game. I'm not aware of any injury concern that would keep him from batting left-handed. But obviously very curious. The only time we see this is maybe against Mariano Rivera in that cutter, or against the knuckleballer.
Or the knuckleballer.
R.A. Dickey. That ball tied him up. Redmond, when you look at his velocity, you look at the break on his breaking ball and the changeup, you say, okay, well, nothing really jumps out at you. But you look at the swings from the hitters, suggest they don't pick up the ball.
They don't see it. That's obvious. It's late. You know, it's fouled off the other way. They can't catch up to it, or they swing right through it.
And he's got an unusual fastball when it's up in the zone. It kind of has a little extra hop on it. Last guy I really remember that did that consistently was Pat Henkin. Pitched at 92, 93, but there was a little skip.
And it was like 96 or 97.
Breaking ball popped to third. Laurie in fair territory. Todd Redmond needed that inning. The Red Sox go down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the third. No score. Starts at 1:07 p.m. The first 5,000 fans, 14 and under, will receive a Blue Jays lunchbox. School not that far away, fellas. So make sure you get ready. Call the Blue Jays at 416-341-1234. Log on to BlueJays.com or stop by most Rogers Plus locations for your tickets to Lunchbox Giveaway Day, Saturday, August 31st. Number 8 hitter is J.P. Arancibia. J.P. is going through a tough stretch. J.P. is 0 for his last 22. Pulled on the ground, backhanded it short by Stephen Drew. He really handcuffed Napoli, who stayed with it. He gave Napoli a little bit more of a short hop than he wanted.
Yeah, that was an in-between hop, but Napoli plays it correctly. Drew, backhand, here's the throw. He stays down low. That's the important. Look how low he is at first base. Get down low so you can see it, you can stay with it. That right knee is on the ground, and he picks it and saves an error from his shortstop.
Stephen Drew, I believe, meant to bounce it, but wanted to bounce it on the turf and not the dirt. Number 9 hitter, Emilio Bonifacio. Dustin Pedroia had the off day yesterday, and he and 2 of his teammates came to the ball game. And he watched Bonifacio hit that chopper to second base for the base hit. And then he recognized again, he was reminded how fast Bonifacio is, and you can see where he's playing at second. He is really playing shallow.
Yeah. I mean, how many times have you seen big league ball players come to a ball game on an off day? You can see Dustin there at second base, shortening up. And he learned something from the game yesterday. He also told me today he learned that the game looks so much easier from the stands than it does on the field.
Well, the Red Sox came into town on Sunday night, had yesterday off, and you can see Dustin Pedroia, Jared Saltalamacchia, and Johnny Gomes sitting right behind home plate. And they really enjoyed watching a ball game without any stress. And Pedroia said, you know, it's one of the few times I've been to a ballpark where I didn't have to think about hitting a pitcher, making defensive plays. And he said, I had a great time. But he remembered how fast Bonifacio was when he hit that chopper to second. And there he is, playing shallow, makes the play. 2 down.
You never know what you're going to see when you come to a ball game. You pay attention, you can learn a lot.
Pedroia suggested that was just the third game he'd ever attended as a fan.
As a fan, yeah. He was telling me that today, and he said, I had so much fun, there was just no stress. And he says, now I see why everybody boos us when we mess up, because the game looks so easy.
Top of the order, Jose Reyes struck out his first time up. Chased a breaking ball from Ryan Dempster. After this half inning, we will be joined from the Blue Jays dugout by the hitting coach, Chad Mottola. He'll give us his thoughts on some of his hot hitters and what's going on with him and why they're swinging the bat so well, in particular, Brett Lawrie. Right to Will Middlebrooks. Reyes lines out hard, and he and Dempster having a chat. You hit it too hard. 9 pitches for Dempster.
Right there to see Reyes line out to third base. Tell us what he means to this team from an offensive standpoint.
He does a great job getting us going, whether it's a base hit or a couple big home runs. We needed him early in the game, and he's hit the ball hard right there, just right at somebody.
Chad, thanks for your time.
All right, Buck and Tab.
That's Chad Mottola, the hitting coach for the Blue Jays, talking about Brett Lawrie slowing things down a bit at the plate and relaxing before that pitcher delivers the pitch. Dustin Pedroia had a great at bat his first time up. An 11 pitch at bat resulted in a 2-out double. When we had mentioned it, we talked to David Ortiz about young hitters like Brett Lawrie, and he said, I try to get them to understand you don't have to hit every pitch. If you hit between 28% and 32%, you're going to make millions of dollars. That'd be a 280 average or a 320 average. So just be more selective and patient. That's what the Red Sox do so well.
They do it better than probably any team in baseball right now, and that's a game plan that they're going to incorporate. And I think another thing that players, I think they do it the longer they get into the big leagues, is you're not afraid to hit with 1 or 2 strikes. You can't be. You have to have confidence in yourself and your ability to be able to hit with 2 strikes.
Pedroia flies out to right. 1 down here in the 4th. We have seen Todd Redmond have stretches during his starts this season where he'd retire 6 or 7 in a row, make it look easy, and then he has run into times where he just can't get that final out, can't get that last strike to finish off the banner.
Yeah, it might be a tough pitch. It might be something that happens in the field. He's putting up some zeros tonight.
David Ortiz walked his first time up. He chased a pitch. Blue Jays play an exaggerated shift on Ortiz, and you can see why. Majority of his hits go to the right side of the diamond.
That's where the hits are. They also have a chart for how many ground balls, one hoppers, he hits to the right side of the infield, and that's why they want to put those 3 infielders over there. Those are the hits that you see. We haven't been able to see how many balls that he has hit on the ground, but it's a ton.
.326 average. That ranks him 3rd in the American League. Miguel Cabrera at .366. Mike Trout of the Angels at .330. Then David Ortiz, .326.
Not slowing down either. There was a time a couple of years ago in May. Remember, he didn't hit a home run until the end of May, and everybody's saying he's finished.
Ortiz goes around. He strikes out. That's 4 strikeouts for Redmond.
And it's that rising fastball once again. Starts about belt high, rises. It just seems to be rising up towards the upper parts of the strike zone. How he gets on the side underneath it. Look at that thing. It looks like it's taken off on him. Batter just can't hold up.
2 outs. Daniel Nava flied out to center to end the first. Ball and a strike. Redmond had a career high 10 strikeouts on the 28th of July against Houston. But Houston has been the most prolific strikeout team in all of baseball.
Yeah, they're going to set a record, I think, this year for the most strikeouts by a team in one season.
They're not going to want to face Yu Darvish anytime soon. He struck out 15 batters last night, allowed 1 hit and issued 1 walk. And it's the 2nd time this season that he's had 14 or more strikeouts against the Astros.
29 in 2 games. Had a no-hitter into the 8th inning yesterday.
Yep. He had a perfect game in the 9th in his previous start against Houston. Another foul straight back.
Oh, I'm sure they're going to see him again. You know, they play in the same division now.
Boy, what a season he has put together. He now has 207 strikeouts in 23 starts. Two balls, 2 strikes. Little nubber off the end of the bat. Laurie was deep and he can't make the play. It was a do or die chance and Laurie couldn't come up with it.
The 2013 Honda Civic, Canada's best-selling car 15 years in a row. Honda, the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Brett Laurie has played a great third base for the Blue Jays this season. This is a tapper up the line, and you're right, do or die, he can come up with it. You see him moving right off the pitch. That ball is really spinning when it's coming down that third base line.
It's an infield hit for Daniel Nava. Mike Napoli, another chopper. This one to short. Reyes in time, and the inning is over. The infield single didn't hurt. Bottom of 4th, still no score. not available on Bell. So 2 slugging ball clubs going toe-to-toe, and so far no one's been able to cross home plate. Just 3 hits in the game. Ryan Dempster and Todd Redmond are hooked up in a pitcher's duel early on. Todd Redmond has done a terrific job. He's got 4 strikeouts. Dempster, on the other hand, just 1 strikeout, but he has really taken the sting out of the Blue Jays' bats.
Using that splitter very effectively, and that other off-speed pitch, his curveball.
Rajay Davis flied out to center field. It'll be Davis, Bautista, and Encarnacion to hit for the Blue Jays here in the 4th. What was more challenging to you as a hitter, facing a guy like Dempster who threw the kitchen sink at you, or facing a guy that could really throw that fastball?
The hard guy. I had a long swing. You know, when I look back at my career,
there's a line drive just foul down the left side.
The guys who gave me problems were the guys who threw hard and then had a breaking ball, because I'd have to start so early because my swing was too long. The guys who didn't throw that hard, like a Ryan Dempster, I didn't have a problem with because I could see it. Couldn't see it a little bit longer. And that's the beauty of being a good hitter. You have to hit them all. Left-handers, right-handers, junk ballers, flamethrowers.
And that's what's amazing about a career 300 hitter.
There isn't many of them. Or somebody like a Derek Jeter, who is a career 300 hitter with 3,000 hits, and he's a right-handed hitter, so he's facing right-handed pitchers more than the lefties.
Dempster never wanted to really muscle up on a pitch. And he's going to go back and forth, and he's going to use the hitter's aggressiveness to his benefit. We saw Bautista waiting on deck. But you can see the hitters for the Blue Jays, how they have to change their swing just to make contact. A little softer, a little harder, a little softer.
You know, I think the best way that they could go about tonight, especially the right-handers, is just look for the ball away. Because chances are, if it's away, it's an off-speed pitch. There's one right there. And Rajay swings right through it. If you look for the ball away and it's an off-speed pitch, you still have time to turn on the fastball inside.
In case you're just joining us, Josh Johnson has been placed on the 15-day disabled list with right forearm tightness. He came out through, scheduled to start tomorrow, through before the game today, and went in to alert the training staff that he didn't feel like he could pitch tomorrow. So he has been scratched and placed on the DL. Kobe Rasmus, not starting for a 2nd consecutive game, is dealing with a little bit of a side strain. And if it doesn't improve by tomorrow, they might DL him as well.
And that came out of nowhere. They were telling us yesterday, the Blue Jays, that it's a scheduled off day. He's had a little bit of soreness in that side, but nothing major. Well, it hasn't gotten better. The news today that he might have to go on the DL if he's not much better tomorrow.
Popped up behind home plate. Saltalamacchia on the warning track. Bautista is retired. 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Bautista had a good rip at that ball. It was up in the zone, but he just got the bottom half of it and hit it straight up in the air. Brett Lawrie has the only hit for the Blue Jays. It was a bouncing ball that Will Middlebrooks, the third baseman, knocked down. An infield single. Encarnacion lost the grip on the bat as he fouls that one. But again, you're going to see a lot of funny swings when Dempster's on his game.
Change speeds. Use that splitter. He hasn't pitched poorly. He's given up a lot of hits lately, but just 2-0 in his last 8.
It's his longest streak without losing a game in his career. Single season. He's gone 8 starts without a loss. High and deep to left. Deep enough, but foul. Encarnacion squared that one up.
Boy, a little BP, batting practice fastball in the inner half. It's so tough to keep this ball fair. You see it, you start to swing, and it just doesn't get there. You end up yanking it foul.
Bouncing ball, Middlebrooks to his left. Rights himself and throws high. And Napoli came off the bag to tag Encarnacion out. We'll move to the top of the fifth. It's time now for a Blue Jays Central update. Here's Jamie Campbell and Greg Zahn in the Blackberry broadcast studio. Pat Redmond gets ahead of Stephen Drew with a fastball strike. Bottom third of the Red Sox order. There's another pitch that looked very hittable, but Drew just couldn't square it up.
Yeah, and couldn't get on top of it. High enough in the strike zone. Just couldn't get on top. Inning number 5 tonight, and it might be those first 2 innings might take a couple of innings off the back end for Todd Redmond. He is approaching 80 pitches now, and he's good for 100, 110 if you need him.
Drew strikes out, and while we have a moment, we'd like to say hello and get well soon to Don Stokely. He suffered a mild heart attack. I know he's watching tonight, and he's stuck in the hospital. He likes to keep track on his son, Andrew, who is our fine audio man. So get well soon, Don, and we hope you're feeling better and back off the disabled list very soon.
Everybody here on the television crew wish you to get well, Don.
One out, the catcher, Jared Saltalamacchia. Hits it hard, and that's going to go right through that big shift. Bautista waits on it coming off the wall. Saltalamacchia is headed for second, and he'll slide in safely. Saltalamacchia, with his 30th double of the season, goes right against the shift and hits it right over Brett Laurie into the right field corner.
And if you're going to beat the shift, chances are you got to beat it in the air. This time, right over the head of Brett out in short right field. There's a shot. It was a small one to get Saltalamacchia. But another double by the Red Sox. That's another thing they do really well. They hit a lot of doubles.
Third baseman Will Middlebrooks was a strikeout victim in the third. Middlebrooks hitting 199, had some power early, hit 9 home runs early, including a 3-homer game right here at Rogers Center back in April. He was recalled Saturday for his second stint with the Red Sox this year.
Red Sox have made a couple of changes since the last time we saw him. Jose Iglesias is no longer with this organization. He played a lot of shortstop for him earlier this year.
And then a while he played third base and played very well at third, but in an effort to bolster their starting rotation, they moved Iglesias. Tom Hallion clarifying the count to John Farrell in the Red Sox dugout. 2 balls and a strike, 1 out. Stalemate at second base. He's in scoring position. Jam shot knocked down by Redmond. Takes his time, and Todd Redmond showed a lot of composure. That ball hit square in the palm of his pitching hand, but he doesn't appear to be favoring. He's all right, according to Redmond. Gives Reyes the thumbs up.
He's a big dude, man. I don't know if you've ever shook his hand, but those are some big meat hooks right there. That little baseball is not going to do any damage to Redmond right there. Knocks it down, takes his time. Stalemate cannot advance, and they get the out over at first base.
Really wasn't hit that hard. Middlebrooks got jammed, and Redmond did a good job of knocking it down. 2 outs now. Kobe Ellsbury goes after the first pitch, and Rajay Davis moves to his right. Good job by Todd Redmond. He has settled down nicely. Needs just 10 pitches to retire the Red Sox in the 5th. And I know you've got a great vantage point from those comfortable seats. While over in the Jays Care Community Clubhouse are folks from the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. Welcome to Rogers Center. Gorgeous night. The roof is closed. It really cooled off later on in the afternoon here, and there were rain showers threatening, so throughout batting practice the roof was open, but just before the start of the game they closed the roof.
Thought we were going to play outdoors tonight, but it got a little bit too chilly and windy. How nice is that? Just close it on up.
Don't have to worry about ever missing a game because of rain. Adam Lynn will lead things off for the Blue Jays, and this is something we don't see very often. The Red Sox playing a dramatic shift against Lynn. Of course, John Farrell and his coaching staff very familiar with Lynn. But we haven't seen too many teams play this kind of shift against Adam.
And they're numbers say that he pulls a lot of balls on the ground. It also has something to say how they're going to pitch him. Maybe a lot of slow stuff. Lind is not a guy that I would categorize as a guy who's a strict pull hitter. You can see that on his hits by direction. Most of them going right back through the middle.
Yeah, the spray start chart suggests that he's going to be all over the field. Bounces this ball to the right side. Stephen Drew makes the play, and Lind is retired. So the defense worked perfectly. Well, you look at Dempster and what he has done to quiet the Blue Jays bats. He has changed speeds very well. He's located very well. This Blue Jays ball club right now not picking up many hits. They had 7 hits against the A's on Monday, 7 on Sunday, and just 5 on Saturday. It's been a tough go for the hitters lately.
Yeah, tough to try and string a couple of hits together.
Brett Lawrie has a hit and an infield hit in the second. The only Blue Jays hit against Ryan Dempster. He goes the other way, and that is a fair ball up against the wall, and Lawrie is headed for second. Boy, what a beautiful swing that was. He pulled his first hit to the third baseman and goes down and hits a tough pitch down the right field line for a double.
Nobody hotter than Brett Lawrie on the Blue Jays right now. You want him swinging every time he's at the plate. No stride, just uses his hands right there to just slap it down the right field line. How do you defend him? His first time up, he hits one down the left field line, this time down the right field line.
That's the perfect approach for a hitter. You sprint the defense as thin as possible. Use the whole field. No score in the ball game. Blue Jays have a runner in scoring position. 1 out. Meiser Sturis goes after the first pitch and lifts it down the left side. Daniel Nava runs out of room as it's several rows back into the seats.
Well, that's one thing about the Boston Red Sox. They play hard. That ball really no chance for Nava to catch that. But look how hard he plays and slides right into the wall to protect himself. Really no chance of catching that one.
Breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 0-2. But if you're Nava, you really don't know if you have a chance to catch it until you go full out. And then you get over there, recognize that it's going to slice into the seats. Then you got to put the brakes on quickly. You can't assume that it's going to be into the seats. Dempster's got a particular pitch on his mind, and Saltalamacchia never got to it.
He's got to find it now. I think he knows.
Now they're set. Here's the 0-2 pitch. The Red Sox have really been beaten up in their pitching staff. There are only 2 relievers in their bullpen now that were with the team in April. Koji Uehara and Junichi Tazawa. They have lost Hanrahan, Bailey, Miller. They had a Sevis out there early on. So they have completely turned over their bullpen. But Uehara and Tazawa have been the constant.
And those are the 2 main guys right now, 8th and 9th inning for John Farrell's team. Having to step up.
2-2. Just inside. JP Arancibia is on deck, and he's been mired in a long slump. So Dempster might not give in to his Sturis here, with just 1 out, throw him some sort of off-speed pitch. Arancibia grounded out to short his first time up. There's a breaking ball looped down the right side. Victor Rena will get over there. Lawrie tags. He moves over to third base. Victorino got a good break and hustled over to make the catch.
Good outfielder, Shane Victorino. Leads this team with 7 outfield assists. He's only made 2 errors this season. Got a great jump on that ball. Glory heads up, tags, moves up 90 feet.
Yeah, make a quick judgment, and it's not going to fall. And if it does fall with Lori's speed, he can score.
Sure.
Even when he tags at second. So Aaron Sebia grounded out to start the 3rd inning.
We had a chance to talk with Chad Mottola earlier today in the 4th inning, and we were talking about some of the Blue Jay hitters standing around the cage today. The only thing he wants J.P. Arencibia to do right now, keep your head down. Feels like he's pulling off just a little bit. Wants him to keep that head down.
There's a base hit. Arencibia will drive in the first run of the ball game as Lori comes in to score, and that snaps an 0 for 23 for J.P. Arencibia.
Sometimes it's the smallest things that help you break out of a slump. Keep your head down. Curveball, watch his head. It's down. Right on the baseball, tracking it all the way down to you see it hit the barrel of the bat. And he's rewarded with a base hit.
Boy, that's a big hit. Lori comes in to score the first run of the ball game. Emilio Bonifacio, the center fielder. Well, you know the weight of the world is off Arencibia's shoulders now, and every time you go to the plate, you're thinking, man, am I ever going to get another hit?
Yeah.
He gets a big one there.
That's a big one, and it can do wonders for your psyche. It really can.
On top of an overall 0 for 23, Arencibia also snaps an 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position.
All of that is forgotten once you get that big base hit.
One swing of the bat. The hits are even at 3 apiece now. But Lori has 2 of the Blue Jays' 3 hits. Arencibia the RBI single.
Good piece of hitting by Brett Lori to get it started. Good piece of hitting there by JP. Right back through the middle.
Dempster strikes out Bonifacio. Ball gets away from Saltalamacchia. They go to first to end the inning. Blue Jays break through. We'll go to the 6th. It's 1-0 Jays. And here comes the Home Hardware cleanup crew. Brought to you by Natura, Home Hardware's exclusive line of safe, environmentally friendly cleaning products. Wednesday night. August 14th and Thursday night. Both games start at 7:07 p.m. Make sure you call the Blue Jays for tickets at 416-341-1234. Log on to BlueJays.com or stop by most Rogers Plus locations to pick up your Red Sox tickets. It's the last time they will be here at Rogers Center this season. Shane Victorino, and I've done some investigating. Victorino has hit right-handed exclusively for about the last 5 days, and he has not admitted to any sort of injury, but he crashed into the wall and may have injured his right side, so he has chosen to hit exclusively right-handed, but he is not going to divulge the reason, and here he jumps on this pitch.
No need to either. This guy scored a lot of points with me yesterday. We happened to be eating in the same restaurant, and my kid noticed him, and he noticed that they noticed him, and sent over autographs for all the kids at our table. Classy move by Victorino.
Yeah, without any request whatsoever.
Nope.
First class move.
Didn't ask for it. He just noticed that they saw him, and of course I wouldn't let him go over there. I was like, leave the man alone. He's eating with all his teammates, and his family was in town, and he took it upon himself to get some autographs to our table.
Very small gesture, but one that will have a lasting effect on all your kids.
Oh, they've got a new fan that they're going to be watching now.
Victorino split his time last year with the Phillies and the Dodgers. He was acquired by the Dodgers on the July 31st trade deadline. I asked Victorino to compare this team, the Boston Red Sox, to his World Series team in Philadelphia. He said very similar. In Philadelphia, we may have had a few more accomplished stars, but they had the same personalities, both teams. Oh, look out. The ball rode up and in and hit him on the back of the left hand or arm, but he will take first base to start the inning. But you look at Victorino as that ball runs inside. He just couldn't bail out in time and took it in the back. Turned his back to it and protects his hands and arm.
That's how you do it. Let the back, let the arm, let the shoulder take that ball. Still hurts, but it doesn't hurt as much.
Yeah, you don't risk the possibility of a broken hand or a broken finger. Dustin Pedroia at the plate. He takes strike one. We were talking about career 300 hitters, and there are currently 16 major league hitters that have a career batting average at 300 or above.
He's a big swinger, but he's got a really good eye at the plate.
Napoli is 0 for 2 so far in this ball game. On this current road trip, he has just 3 hits in 25 at-bats.
Yeah, you can pitch to him. You can find the holes to him. Just don't miss. I think they have to tie him up.
Tied him up. He's late on that pitch. Napoli is now 0 for his last 10. But again, he's not worried about his batting average as much as he's worried about run production.
Run production. Get that run in some way. Somehow. He'll choke up. Try and make contact.
Reaches for that outside pitch. In and out. They're trying to guess with Napoli. The Blue Jays are aware if you make a good pitch to him on the inside, you can have success. And he knows they're trying to pitch him inside.
Yeah, he knows it from that last time we saw him in Fenway Park. They really pounded him in.
1-2. Strike 3 call. Well, what a pitch. Looked like a cutter that came right at the top of the strike zone, and Napoli strikes out.
Yeah, if you make your pitches, you can get them, and Brett Cecil does that. Execute. Get on top. That's a slider. It's got plenty of this plate. Plenty of the strike zone. JP Arancibia did a good job of framing it right there for him. Big out.
Stephen Drew, the batter, he has struck out twice so far. Bases are loaded. Driven to center. Bonifacio has it measured. What a job by Cecil. The Red Sox leave the bases loaded. We'll go to the bottom of the sixth. The Blue Jays have a 1-0 lead. Games, they all start at 7:07 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You can call the Blue Jays for tickets at 416-341-1234. Log on to BlueJays.com or stop by most Rogers Plus locations. The New York Yankees in town for a 3-game series at the end of August. Red Sox crowd on hand tonight. Lots of Red Sox fans in attendance. 32,816 here at Rogers Center. Johnny Gomes takes over in left field, coming on as a pinch hitter. Well, what a job by Brett Cecil to strand the bases loaded. Got Napoli to strike out, and then Stephen Drew flew out to center. Top of the order for the Jays, Jose Reyes. He's 0 for 2 so far. He lined out to the third baseman in the third inning. Reyes is riding a 10-game hit streak. And he'll take ball 4. A leadoff walk here in the 6th. Let's check in with Jamie Campbell. Soriano back to where he started, and CC Sabathia is pitching much better tonight for the Yankees, and he's had his worst season of his career, but so far tonight, just 2 hits over 5 innings. He has 7 strikeouts.
One of those hits, a home run, I believe he gave up. Other than that, he's been pretty good.
Mark Trumbo hit his 26th in the first inning. A 2-run home run, but you're right, after that, he settled down nicely. Jason Vargas made his return off the disabled list. He lasted just 4 1/3. Rajay Davis, the left fielder, facing Ryan Dempster. Davis is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Reyes at first with the leadoff walk. Little chopper out in front of home plate. Dempster in time to get Davis. It works just like a sacrifice bunt. Todd Redmond making his first start since August 2nd when he pitched against the Angels. Really fared well here tonight. He battled Some control issues early on, elevated pitch count early in the game, but he settled down nicely.
Yeah, it took him 28 pitches to get through the first inning of his 94. This is a team, the Boston Red Sox, second in the American League in batting average. They've scored the most runs in the American League, and he shut them out through 5 1/3 innings. Good job by Todd Redmond tonight.
Jose Bautista. Jose has popped up twice. Blue Jays getting their third look at Ryan Dempster. And he will mix it up every time through the order. He has enough weapons to attack the hitters in a different fashion.
Yeah, doesn't have to do the same thing every time up. What they have done the first 2 times up to Bautista is they've pitched in the upper parts of the strike zone. He's popped them up twice.
Pedroia right behind the bag at second, and Dempster's going to make another throw.
Starting to see this from teams now with Reyes on base. Really paying attention to him.
Well, and Chu, the hitter at the plate, really allows Pedroia to play up the middle. Bautista's a pull hitter, so he can play right behind the bag at second. Reyes not running. Bautista takes one upstairs.
Well, Pedroia moves around more than anybody I've ever seen at second base. He's always into the game. He's always moving, setting himself up. And you're right, with a couple of right-handed hitters in Bautista and Encarnacion, he can shade them up the middle and act like he's holding them on at second.
And Bautista asks for time. He asked the umpire, Tom Hallion, for time because he had to wait so long on Dempster. Pedroia was the American League Rookie of the Year in 2007. He won the MVP and his first Gold Glove in 2008. He was also the Silver Slugger in 2008. Reyes has a big lead. Not running. Again, the speed factor at second base, a distraction for Ryan Dempster.
Well, maybe you make a mistake. Maybe you rush it just a little bit to go home and hang a ball up there for Bautista. Reyes is getting a bigger lead with each pitch.
It's a 1-0 Blue Jays lead as they bat in the 6th. All sorts of mind games going on now. Pedroia jockeying in behind Reyes at second. Bautista has to wait too long. Fouled into the catcher's glove. Bautista has hit 5 home runs against Boston. This is the 14th game these two clubs have played this season. Boston has an 8-5 advantage so far in the season series.
Third time through the lineup now for the Blue Jays against Ryan Dempster tonight. And you'll get more breaking balls the third time through from him. He'll back off of the fastball and use more breaking balls.
Bautista strikes out, and we talk about the Gold Glover at second base, Dustin Pedroia. Watch how he gets set up at second defensively.
This is every pitch that he jumps, and with a runner, he's still jumping to get himself into position. You jump, and you're flexed, and you're ready to go once that ball is crossing home plate. Now think about this. That's every pitch he does that. Every day. He's started every day at second base except once. You got to be in some kind of shape to be able to play like that.
What's the objective of him being in the air like that?
The objective is to be moving so when the ball crosses the plate, he's down on the ground, he's ready to go either way. Get a jump on the ball. Helps your lateral movement.
2 outs. Edwin Encarnacion is 1 for 2 so far. Adam Lind is on deck. And you can bet Dempster's trying to think his way through this at bat.
Do I feel more comfortable facing Edwin Encarnacion? Or would I rather face Adam Lind?
He's actually handled left-handed hitters better than he has right-handed hitters. Lefties have hit .248 against him compared to a .276 average by right-handed hitters. Yeah, he's not going to throw anything right down the middle to Encarnacion.
Keep it away from him. Edwin hit a ball yesterday right on the button, right at the second baseman, because the A's were pitching him away in a tight situation late. And so he has that ability. If you're going to pitch him away, he'll make that adjustment and shoot that ball to right field.
There it is. He stayed away. Victorino comes up throwing. The ball is on line, and Reyes is out. Encarnacion took what Dempster gave him, and he hits it into right. Victorino with the strong throw. Throws it right on the money. Saltalamacchia had perfect position, and Victorino delivers a perfect one-hop throw. Reyes is out. The inning is over. It's still a 1-0 game. Brett Cecil set to go after Jared Saltalamacchia. Saltalamacchia, switch hitter. Move at right-handed. Saltalamacchia doubled in his last at bat. Let's go back to the end of last half inning.
If you're Louis Rivera, you see the base hit. He's going to send Reyes. So watch where the ball is. It's in the glove of Victorino, and Reyes hasn't gotten to that base right there. Normally you want him to be on the base or past it when you send him. But I think you got to take a chance right there that the throw is going to be offline, or he messes it up or bobbles it or something like that. I think that's your chance to score the run right there. They took a chance. Victorino was a little bit better. He picks up his 8th outfield assist.
67th of his career. And he's always been a very good thrower. Of course, played center field for the Phillies. Foul tip, and that really hit the umpire hard. Tom Hallion was rocked back on his heels. Well, we have seen this recently, a rash of umpires being hit by foul tips.
Tipped and no chance for JP to get anything on it. Right off the face mask and then the chest protector, Tom Hallion. Saw that in Seattle.
Dale Scott was forced to leave the game after he took a foul tip off the mask. Marty Foster in yesterday's game also got hit with a foul tip, and those umpires using those inside chest protectors are exposed to a lot of those foul tips. 0-2 outside. Top of the 7th inning. Saltamarca gets a piece of that breaking ball. This Red Sox team are going to be a traveling band for quite a while. This trip began a stretch in which the Sox will play 16 of 19 games on the road through August 25th. There's a good changeup. He gets Saltamarca. One down here in the 7th. Let's check in with Jamie Campbell. Chris Medlin is really spinning a gem. 7 innings of 5 hit ball. He's allowed just 1 run. And boy, what a season for Chris Johnson. But Cecil does his job. He strikes out the first batter here in the 7th. Sergio Santos in to face Will Middlebrooks when we come back. Sergio Santos making his 10th appearance of the season on in relief of Brett Cecil with 1 out. He'll face Will Middlebrooks, the 3rd baseman.
Just 9 games this year for Santos. He missed a big chunk of the season, but since he has come back, he has shown a good fastball and a good breaking ball. Look at the strikeouts to walks. 8 strikeouts and just 1 walk for Sergio.
Will Middlebrooks has struck out and tapped back to the pitcher's mound. There's a drive to right field. Bautista back, looking up. Ball is at the base of the wall. Here's the throw to second. It's not in time. Will Middlebrooks, his 14th double of the season.
He has shown some good power the other way against the Blue Jays this year. Fastball inside out swing and drives it the other way. Bautista had a shot at him, but Middlebrooks hustling into second base.
Well, the Red Sox have a goal of seeing a lot of pitches, and you can see what they've done. Pitches seen per at bat. Ellsbury 3.3, Victorino 4. Pedroia and Ortiz really worked the pitcher over. Nava's the same, and they almost reached their goal of getting the starter out by 5 innings. They went 5 1/3.
Yep.
Todd Redmond
missed it by 1/3 of an inning, and Blue Jays really stick to that 100-pitch limit for their starter. And if you do that, the Red Sox will grind that out, and you'll be gone by the 5th or the 6th inning. And then it becomes the bullpen. The other thing they like to do in a big series, a 3-game or a 4-game series, try and get into that bullpen early in the series. Tire them out.
Kobe Ellsbury with a big swing at that breaking ball.
That is a plan that they have put in place, and they talk about that, the Red Sox. Let's try and get into that bullpen. Tough for pitchers to throw on back-to-back days.
Ball and a strike to the leadoff man, Jacoby Ellsbury. There's a base hit into center. Bonifacio comes up throwing. Here's the throw to the plate. It's offline. And Ellsbury has tied it up with an RBI single to center. Jacoby Ellsbury, his 44th RBI, has made it a 1-1 game.
You talked about him at the beginning of this season, or the beginning of this game, how important he's going to be as a free agent this offseason. Fastball over the middle of the plate, hit right back through the middle. Now, Bonifacio, the center fielder, had to move on that play. That's why he just couldn't get a good throw to the plate. I thought J. Pierre and Sebia did a good job of leaving home, catching the ball, and keeping Ellsbury at first base. He had thoughts of going to second on that throw home.
Santos has to keep his eye on Ellsbury. 42 steals for Ellsbury, and there's a throw to first.
He was leaning. He had taken a little bit of a half step towards second base, too. Shane Victorino is not afraid to take a couple of pitches for Ellsbury.
Santos doing a good job just trying to freeze Ellsbury at first. Now they're going to go out and have a chat as Aaron Seavey makes his way to the mound. Ellsbury's 42 stolen bases. That's the most in the major leagues. Ellsbury and Tris Speaker are the only two Red Sox players to have 3 40 stolen base seasons. There he goes. He got a great jump. No chance for Aaron Seavey. Doesn't make a throw.
Well, the scouting report, Sergio Santos has a high leg kick, and it takes a long time for him to get the ball towards home plate. He doesn't use the slide step. Watch how high it is, and that's a running start right there for Ellsbury. No chance for JP to throw him out. Stolen base number 43.
Victorino fouls it back. If you're just joining us, and notice that Victorino's batting right-handed against a right-handed pitcher, he's done this whole game. Victorino hasn't really opened up as to why he's doing this, but he did crash into a wall in the outfield, and some of the Red Sox people believe he's got a minor injury that bothers him hitting from the left side. Victorino's been a good pickup for Boston, and they changed their personality. They brought in Johnny Gomes, Shane Victorino, Stephen Drew, the shortstop. And they had to do something to shake it up.
They did their homework. They had some money to use, and they went out and got baseball players, gamers.
Chopped toward third and foul. What they have done is they identified Victorino as a winner coming out of Philadelphia. He told me that when Colorado beat them in 2007 in the playoffs, it really gave them more incentive to dig down deeper and push a little harder, and that led to their World Series championship in 2008.
I like his comparison between that Phillies team and his Red Sox team. Great second baseman.
Dustin Pedroia and Chase Utley talked about the power hitting cleanup hitter David Ortiz and Ryan Howard. Broken bat chopper towards short. Reyes in a hurry throws out Victorino. 2 down.
The 2013 Honda Civic, Canada's best-selling car 15 years in a row. Honda, the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Good shot of the Toronto skyline. Roof is closed tonight at Rogers Center. Dustin Pedroia hit a double in his first at-bat. Pedroia was taken all the way just to get a feel for Sergio Santos. He's 2 for 3 against Santos in his career. But they haven't seen him this year. Want to get a look.
Take a look at that fastball, what it looks like coming out of his hand.
Hard slider downstairs.
You can bet this is going to be a grinder at bat. Just like the one we saw in the first inning. 11 pitches before he doubled.
Ellsbury at third base. Shot to the right side and true. Izturis dove for it, but Pedroia stayed on the breaking ball, and the Red Sox have taken a 2-1 lead. Ellsbury and Pedroia knocking in the runs.
That's just a good piece of hitting. Not a bad pitch from Sergio Santos. Down and away. It goes to the slider, right back to the breaking ball. It's down and away, but good plate coverage by Pedroia. Shoots it through the right side. And out of the reach of Izturis.
They want somebody to go out and talk to Santos, but he's going to deliver this pitch. Ortiz at the plate. Pedroia faked the break, and he stops. There's a strike.
They got that time on Sergio Santos. If he steals the bag, they'll probably just take the bat out of the hands of David Ortiz.
Boston has taken the lead.
They want him swinging the bat here.
Pedroia's running. Ball goes back to the screen. Nobody's at third base. They had the shift on. Reyes was going to the bag at second, and they decoyed Pedroia into a slide. Otherwise, he goes first to third on the ball back to the screen.
Yeah, decoy like there's a throw coming, so he has to slide. Ball all the way back to the backstop. Aaron Sebia can't come up to it. Let's watch it from this angle right here. If he has his head up and he looks in, he just turns at second and makes it easily to third.
And now they're going to put Ortiz on base. Johnny Gomes is up next. Gomes entered the game as a pinch hitter in the 6th and walked. So there's ball 4. Pete Walker out to buy some time, and Neil Wagner is loosening up. So Ortiz takes the intentional pass. Boy, the Red Sox, they just wear you down, don't they?
Yeah, they come after you. They make you earn all the outs. That's one thing I heard about them is they grind it out for 27 outs, a lot like Tampa Bay, a lot like the Yankees. I mean, that's what living in the American League East is all about.
Yeah, you can add the Baltimore Orioles to that list. Yeah. Nobody gives bats away. Daniel Nava started in left field and was lifted for the pinch hitter in the 6th. Will Middlebrooks scored the tying run after he had the 1-out double. Johnny Gomes bats with 2 on and 2 outs. Gomes takes a breaking ball for a strike.
Gomes has been in a little bit of a hot streak himself, a couple of home runs in his last 9 at bats. Can turn on any fastball.
Santos tests him with that slider, but missed. It's a ball and a strike. Johnny Gomes has been a good clutch hitter for the Red Sox all season long. 21 RBIs in 45 at bats with runners in scoring position.
Good pitch. A little cutting action on that fastball, and he kept it away from him. On the outside part of the plate.
Gomes against right-handed pitching this year has hit .282. He's got a reputation of being a platoon hitter, but he's made the most of his at-bats against righties. 1-2. Did he go? Yes, he did. Bill Cuzzy down at first calls him out. Santos strikes out Gomes to end the inning, but the Red Sox have taken a 2-1 lead. When we come back, it'll be Adam Lynn starting things off. Brett Lawrie is already 2 for 2 tonight. He scored a run, and then Meiser Asturis. Live audio, follow games pitch by pitch, and enjoy in-game video highlights. The app is available on the iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, Android, and BlackBerry Z10. Season-long subscription packages are available. Visit BlueJays.com for more details. At Bat 13 is the official app of Major League Baseball. Ryan Dempster has a 2-1 lead. He deals with the middle of the order. Lynn, Lawrie, and Meiser Asturis. Pop down the left side. Holmes gives it a look, but it's out of play. Red Sox scored 2 runs on 3 hits in their half of the 7th.
I've been very impressed with Ryan Dempster. His ability to change speeds on his pitches really baffled the Blue Jays tonight.
They made Lind reach for that one, and Stephen Drew makes the catch in shallow center as Lind was out on that front foot. So now Ryan Dempster from Gibson's, BC will face Brett Lawrie from Langley, BC. Lawrie has won the head-to-head battle so far. He's 2 for 2 with a run scored, but Dempster has the important stat. He's got the lead 2-1.
He now has the lead after those 2 runs. Just giving up that 1 run. Brett scored it back in the 5th inning after his double. He was cashed in by J.P. Arancibia. And those 2 at-bats by Lawrie has really spread out the defense, hasn't it?
Yeah. He had a infield hit to the third baseman his first time up and had a double down the right field line the second time, and you could not be more straight away.
Yep.
Than the Red Sox. This is popped into center field. Ellsbury over to his left in the alley makes the catch. 2 down. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of Rogers Blue Jays Baseball Partnership and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Rogers Blue Jays Baseball Partnership. Blue Jays are struggling to put hits together. They have 1 run on 4 hits tonight. And we mentioned how difficult it was for them to hit the Oakland A's pitching staff during that 4-game set. Dempster's getting near the end of the line, although his pitch count is really in good shape. He's thrown just 86 pitches. But you mentioned the strength of the Red Sox, the 8th and 9th inning, Junichi Tozawa and Koji Uehara.
There they are, right there. You're looking at stuff, too. How is Ryan Dempster's stuff playing here in the 7th inning as opposed to the first 3 innings? That's what you're looking at. And you're also looking at where you are in the order. They're at the bottom part of the order, so John Farrell, he'll got a little bit of leeway with Ryan Dempster now.
This is tapped right back to the mound. Dempster has a quick inning that may add to his innings tonight. Boston with a 2-1 lead. Oakard Smooth Spiced Rum Bacardi is a proud partner of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Body of work of Dustin Pedroia tonight. Watch how smooth he is. A lot of hops in the field. He's a Gold Glove second baseman, and we told you that he has been nailing the Blue Jays this year. Came into this game at .389 versus the Blue Jays. He has now reached base at least twice in 10 of the 14 games against Toronto. He's a smooth player tonight for Dustin Pedroia.
His RBI is the 7th against the Blue Jays this season. New pitcher for the Jays is the right-hander Neil Wagner, making his 24th appearance.
Wagner, .342 earned run average, and a lot of strikeouts when he's on with that fastball and splitter.
Big fastball ties up Mike Napoli.
Love the power versus power. When you see that in baseball, power arm for Neil Wagner and a power bat and Mike Napoli.
Mike Napoli leading off the top of the 8th. He's gone 0 for 3 with a strikeout.
Oh, it never gets old, does it? When you see these types of matchups. Pitcher with the big arm and the batter with the big bat.
Just another sampling of pitchers making good pitches to the weakness of the hitter. Good splitter right there, and Napoli strikes out for the second time tonight.
He's got a good one. It's a good combination, too, for Neil Wagner. He's got enough fastball, certainly, and then that splitter can really mess up your timing. He's got good depth on it, good movement downward in the strike zone.
Stephen Drew trying to keep his hit streak alive. Drew has a 12-game hit streak at stake. He has gone 0 for 3 so far in this game. The Red Sox have a 2-1 lead, but it could be much worse. They have stranded 9 base runners so far. Drew drives it toward the power alley in left center. Rajay Davis on the run, gets there and makes a fine running catch. Drew was almost at second base when Davis ran that ball down. He ran a long way and made a good catch just shy of the wall in left center.
Might have been the only guy in the ballpark who could have made that play right there. Playing left field, ball's driven. Up and hauls it in. Great speed, great concentration.
Yep, a determined effort by Rajay Davis. Now there are 2 outs. Jared Saltalamacchia flips around and will bat left-handed again. His last time up against Brett Cecil, he struck out. A good spot. 97 in a perfect spot, down and away.
You're not going to hit that, even if you try and look for it. Swing the bat, know it's coming. You're not going to hit that. 97 down and away.
A little bit better. 98, but off the plate. He's got a good arm, and boy, if he can get proper rest, he can come in and blow away any lineup.
Yeah, that's the key for him. Get enough rest.
Saltalamacchia strikes out. Good inning for Neil Wagner. Red Sox go down in order in their half of the eighth. They have a 2-1 lead. Now it's time for a Blue Jays Central update. Here's Jamie Campbell and Greg Zorn in the BlackBerry broadcast. He leaves with the 2-1 lead. He allowed the Blue Jays just 1 run on 4 hits. He walked 2, struck out 4, and his pitch count was really in good shape at 88 pitches. But Ryan Dempster will not lose this game, and he'll run that streak to 9 straight starts without a loss.
And he will give way. Great start by Dempster to Junichi Tozawa, who has become the 8th inning man for John Farrell's Boston Red Sox. 19 holds this year to go along with 5 wins and a 250 earned run average. A good fastball. He will use it often. Middle 90s fastball. That's why you see a lot of those strikeouts, 1 per inning. And he's got great command. Just 8 walks this year. He's got a very good split finger fastball, a lot like Neil Wagner's that we just saw.
So the Blue Jays need to mount a rally against the tough part of the Red Sox bullpen. We had mentioned the Red Sox have just 2 relievers that were with the ball club in April when the Blue Jays first saw the Red Sox. Junichi Tozawa and Koji Uehara, the only remaining members of the bullpen that the Red Sox started with. J.P. Arencibia snapped an 0-for-23 with an RBI single in the 5th. That gave the Blue Jays a 1-0 lead. $32,816 in attendance for the first of 3 against Boston. Tozawa turned 27 on the 6th of June. He did a terrific job for the Red Sox last year with a 143 earned run average. He missed 2010 with Tommy John surgery.
To use that fastball too. 3 straight to Arencibia. When he misses up in the strike zone. That could be good for Arencibia. He's a home run hitter.
Missed up and off the plate inside. 3 balls and a strike. Bonifacio is on deck. 8-9-1 for the Blue Jays here in the 8th as they trail by a run. to left there, and Sebia has just tied it up. His 18th home run of the season, and that's exactly what you were talking about, that pitch up in the zone.
When he misses up. He's given up 7 home runs, now 8. And that whole key to that at bat for Aaron Sebia is he got himself into a position to hit the heater. And he got one. 3-1. He doesn't want to walk him. He throws a fastball right down Broadway. And Aaron Sebia, who singled his last time up for an RBI, this time ties it up with his 18th.
Aaron Sebia has driven in both Blue Jay runs. 2-2 ball game. Bonifacio chops it foul.
Boy, as soon as he hits it, you know it's a great sound. And when he gets it into that first deck over the bullpen.
The thoughts of an 0 for 23, a distant memory now. 2 big hits for Aaron Sebia. First home run for JP since July 19th. That was the first game of the second half of the season after the All-Star break. Oh, 0-2 to Bonifacio. The Red Sox infield continues to shorten up even with 2 strikes just because of the speed of Bonifacio. See Pedroia inching in at second. Middlebrooks guarding against a swinging bunt.
Yeah, and that's what Bonifacio should do with 2 strikes. Shorten his swing up, slap down on the ball, get it on the ground.
Bonifacio strikes out. JP Aaron Sebia's home run moves him into second by himself as home runs for a catcher. He was tied with Darren Fletcher. And now he moves into second place behind Ernie Witt. One down after the Bonifacio strikeout. Jose Reyes has been held hitless tonight. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. He struck out, lined out, and walked in the 6th.
Boy, one swing of the bat changes the whole complexion of this ball game for both teams. Aaron Sebia's home run ties it up, and now John Gibbons can get his closer up. They turn the lineup over. There's Darren Oliver on the left, Casey Jansen on the right. Turns the lineup over. You got Reyes and then Davis Bautista. They score another run. You bring your closer in, and you can win the ball game.
Reyes drives it into center, but not that deep. Ellsbury circles back and makes the catch. Rogers customers can watch every Blue Jays game this season on Sportsnet live on your smartphone. Visit RogersAnyPlaceTV.com/sports to get started. It's a tie ball game, 2-2. Yesterday, in a 1-1 game in the 9th, John Gibbons went to Casey Jansen, the closer, in the tie game. Be interesting to see what he does here tonight. He'll be dealing with 9-1-2 in the Red Sox order. Middlebrooks, Ellsbury, and Victorino in the 9th. Rajai Davis pushes it towards first. Napoli quickly over to the bag. and makes the play. Davis trying to run his way on. John Gibbons has hustled out of the Blue Jays dugout. He's going down to talk to Phil Cuzzy about that call at first. He's not happy about that call. It was bang bang at first. Cuzzy called Davis out. Another look at the play up the first baseline. Napoli goes to the bag and beats Rajai Davis to end the inning. We'll go to the ninth. It's a 2-2 ball game. We are headed to the top of the ninth. Will Middlebrooks doubled and scored in his last at bat. Neil Wagner, a good inning in the eighth. Retired the side in order with a pair of strikeouts.
Pair of strikeouts and a great catch by Rajai Davis in left field. So he will go back out there to start the ninth inning.
Wagner hit 98 in the eighth inning with his fastball. Ball is driven to center field. Bonifacio has plenty of room. One down. The drive of the game is brought to you by the 2013 Honda CR-V, an IIHS top safety pick. Honda is the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
You know, last time that this happened for J.P. Arencibia was against David Price. Back on the 19th of July, homering to left field, a big swat. Got that bat ready, got it out in front. Tied this ball game up. JP's driven in a couple of runs tonight for Toronto. A good sign, the drive of the game.
Neil Wagner retires Will Middlebrooks. He'll turn things over to the bullpen. The veteran Darren Oliver on to face Jacoby Ellsbury when we come back in this 2-2 game. New pitcher in the game for the Blue Jays is the veteran Darren Oliver, making his 39th appearance. He is in to face Jacoby Ellsbury.
Last worked a couple of days ago, 2/3 of an inning versus the Oakland Athletics. His record 3-3. ERA still under 4 for Darren Oliver. John Gibbons going back to his bullpen, his 4th reliever of the night.
And Neil Wagner making some notes about his outing. He threw the ball very well, retired all 4 batters he faced with a couple of strikeouts. Jacoby Ellsbury is 5 for 8 against Darren Oliver. And that's pretty good sampling given the fact that Oliver has been a relief pitcher, and all of those 8 at-bats probably coming one at a time in a game.
One at a time. Left on left matchups. Then again, when you throw as many innings as Darren Oliver has thrown in his career, you got to figure you're going to be running to the guy. He has thrown a lot of innings.
Yeah, somewhere along the line you're going to cross paths, that's for sure.
A couple of games ago, that ball's lifted down the left side, just out of play. Darren Oliver passed 1,900 innings in his career. Ball, humpback liner down the left field line. Rory giving it an effort, sliding to brace himself before he hits that wall.
1-2, 1 out. And he took a shot at the inside corner. And you can see Ellsbury, he has been down this road before facing Darren Oliver, so got a pretty good idea how Oliver is going to pitch him. Hit hard, but right to the second baseman is Sturris to Encarnacion. 1 down. 2 down, excuse me. Oliver's first batter. Ellsbury grounds out to second. So Shane Victorino, he has gone 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch in the 6th. The Red Sox have stranded 9 in this game. Blue Jays just 3, and it's a 2-2 ball game.
Last time they had a runner on base was in the 7th inning. Ortiz and Pedroia, and they left him stranded there.
First pitch strike to Victorino. He missed his spot, but got a swing and a miss.
Wanted to go inside, missed out over the plates.
So breaking ball. He got a piece of it. Not exactly the type of game you expect when these two teams hook up. A 2-2 game in the 9th.
Here's the breaking ball, just tipped right off the thigh of J.P. Arcibia.
Popped up. Encarnacion moves into foul ground. Victorino's retired. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. The Blue Jays in this 2-2 game will send Jose Bautista to the plate, then Edwin Encarnacion, followed by Adam Lim, the middle of the order in a 2-2 game. Redmond on your radio. Primetime Sports with Bob McCown every weekday on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Certainly a lot to talk about for Bob McCown if he just wants to break down this ball game. Junichi Tsuzawa still in the ball game. Tsuzawa gave up the home run to J.P. Arancibia to start the eighth to tie it up. It was the fifth home run the Blue Jays have hit against Tsuzawa this season. Tsuzawa has given up 8 home runs. The Blue Jays have hit 5 of them, including the man at the plate, Jose Bautista. Arancibia, Reyes, Encarnacion, Lind, and Bautista have all taken Tsuzawa deep this year.
They got the right guys at the plate in the bottom of the ninth inning. He is going to have to make his pitches. Whatever their game plan is against Bautista, if it's keep the ball away from him, keep the ball up on him, whatever it is, he's going to have to make those pitches because Bautista has that ability to end the game with one swing.
He's looking inner half. You can see the way he's loading up. Tsuzawa is trying to keep the ball away, and even the young rally caps are out. Bautista with the count in his favor.
He has that knack of hitting home runs in the ninth inning.
Driven into center. Ellsbury is not going to make the catch. He plays it on a hop. Bautista with a big turn around first. Leadoff man's aboard. Time now for a preview of what's coming up on Connected. Here's Ken Reed and Mark Osmond. Thank you, Ken. That'll be coming up right after this ball game. Edwin Encarnacion has gone 1 for 2. The outfield defense really deep, playing no doubles in this situation. Bautista at first base represents the winning run.
Outfield deep, infield deep. Middlebrook's the third baseman on that line, playing no doubles. Big hole in right center field. You can see it right there. Encarnacion singled to right field his last time up.
Reyes was thrown out at the plate by Shane Victorino. That was in the 6th. What a shot. Middlebrooks was hugging the line and still couldn't get a glove on it. It was past him before he could reach for it.
That's why you play no doubles. Look where he is in relationship to the line. The ball hooks and it's by him before you get that glove up there. But that's why you're on the line right there. If that ball's fair, he's got to be able to make a play.
He's going to stay right there. Bautista at first with the single. Encarnacion thought it might have been off the plate.
The only ball that he's going to see on the inner half is a mistake. You're going to keep that pitch away from him. Come up with that same swing he had last time. That was a beauty. The other way.
Well, they stayed away from him, and he took the pitch into right. 1-2. Pound him inside, and he stays alive. When the Blue Jays and Red Sox hook up, generally there are a lot of fireworks. Not the case tonight. Just one home run, the Arancibia home run off Tsuzawa in the 8th. That's the 38th home run these two teams have hit when they play each other. 38 home runs in the combined games these two have played. That's the third most in the majors this season. The Blue Jays and the Orioles have hit 44 home runs in their series. The Minnesota Twins and the White Sox have pounded out 39 home runs. The Blue Jays and the Red Sox have combined to hit 38.
No accident that the top 7 games or series, like you were just talking about, the Blue Jays are on there 3 times.
We've also hit 35 home runs combined with the Tampa Bay Rays. 1-2 to Encarnacion. In the dirt. Adam Lynn waits on deck. We mentioned Lynn has homered off Tazawa this season. Bounce toward third. Middlebrooks takes his time, goes to first just in time to get Encarnacion. Bautista moves into scoring position at second. For Encarnacion, made it close at first.
2 strikes and the third baseman playing deep on a tapper like that. Anyone can run for a big man. Nice play by Middlebrooks to come in and take away a hit.
Looks like they're going to put Lind on.
Here it is one more time. He jumps right at the end and tries to hit the front part of the bag, but it's just beats him by a hair.
So with first base open, they're going to put Lind on, and Brett Lawrie, who has gone 2 for 3 in this ballgame. And you can see Torey Lovullo scrambling for his spray charts on Lawrie to set up the defense properly.
Hey, here it is. He's spraying it all over the place.
Juan Nieves, the pitching coach. Down to the bullpen. Left-hander Craig Breslow is standing by in the bullpen. Lynn tosses the bat aside. It takes the intentional walk. And Brett Lawrie has had another big night at the plate. Will step in with the game on the line.
Well, the Blue Jays couldn't ask, I think, for a better situation than this right here. Brett Lawrie, their hottest hitter, continue it again tonight. He's got a multi-hit game. This one down the line. Would have been extra bases if not for that play by Will Middlebrooks. So how you defend him? Does he pull? No, he goes the other way. A second time up down the right field line. This time was for a double. So the Blue Jays have their hottest hitter at the plate with a runner in scoring position, a chance to win it.
Bautista at second base, Lind at first. The Red Sox playing at double play depth on the infield. Lawrie goes after the first pitch and pops it down the right side. Long run for Mike Napoli. Bautista will hold his ground at second. Lawrie goes after the first pitch and pops out.
He had one to hit right there. That was a first pitch fastball right there. But what a play by Mike Napoli. It helped that he didn't have to hold the runner on. He got a nice start right over his shoulder. Keeps his eye right on that baseball. Makes a nice play.
So John Farrell goes to the mound, and he's going to call upon the left-hander, Craig Breslow, to turn Maestro around. It's a 2-2 game with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Breslow on to face Isturiz. pops out to the first baseman in foul territory. Of course, the winning run was at second base in Jose Bautista, but now there are 2 outs, and the left-hander Craig Breslow comes into the ballgame to face Meiser Asturias, and the Blue Jays are going to counter with a pinch hitter.
Yeah, this might work out for the Blue Jays. There are Breslow's numbers in 41 games. They wanted to turn around Meiser Asturias, but John Gibbons going to counter that with his best pinch hitter. Mark DeRosa has driven in 6 runs this year as a pinch hitter.
So DeRosa comes off the bench. He is 5 for 15 as a pinch hitter with those 6 RBIs. He had a big pinch hit 2-run single in Seattle.
That was a game winner for the Blue Jays. That was off of a left-hander, Oliver Perez. He's never faced Breslow. You know he's swinging when he gets into that batter's box.
2-2 ball game. Bautista at second. And DeRosa takes an inside pitch. Breslow might have gotten the call. That pitch appeared to be off the plate inside, but it's a ball and a strike. Asturias lifted in favor of the pinch hitter, Mark DeRosa. And they really crowd DeRosa.
Yeah, it looks like they want to stay in on him. He's smart enough that he could figure that out. He has a plan when he gets to that plate. Fastball in, slider in. So maybe you back off the plate just a little bit. Look for that ball in there.
Well, they are really working him off the plate inside. Blue Jays have 5 walk-off wins this season. DeRosa strikes out. Boy, they stayed right inside and worked him over. Breslow comes out of the pen to strike out DeRosa. Will go to extra innings. It's a 2-2 game. Casey Jansen into the ball game. Pizza Saturday, August 31st. The Blue Jays take on the Kansas City Royals. The game time is 1:07 p.m. There are special kids price tickets in the 200 and 500 level outfield seats. After the game, kids 14 and under can run the bases just like the pros. Call the Blue Jays at 416-341-1234. Log on to BlueJays.com and stop by most Rogers Plus locations and pick up your tickets for the next Junior Jays Saturday. Extra innings, Casey Jansen on to work to 3, 4, and 5 in the Red Sox order.
10th inning tonight. Blue Jays' 6th pitcher, Casey Jansen, will come in here, try to set down the middle of the order of the Boston Red Sox, try and win it in the bottom of the inning. Just pitched yesterday in the game. It was 2/3 of an inning.
Charged with 4 runs on 4 hits, walked a batter. Jansen's had a little bit of a rough stretch of late, his last 13 appearances. He has a 6.35 ERA. Over his 13 appearances that has spanned a total of 11 1/3 innings, he's given up 13 hits and 10 runs. He's tried to battle through it. 3-0 to Pedroia.
Yeah, very unlike Casey. He is a battler.
Pulled on the ground. Reyes at short, waits on it. In time, Pedroia is retired. First out of the top of the 10th.
Always makes it easier when you get that first guy, especially when you fall behind a good hitter like Pedroia. And he gets the ground out.
The DH, David Ortiz, has walked, struck out, singled to center, and was intentionally walked.
There it is. Good curveball right there. Got to be able to throw that for a strike.
This is the type of guy that gives Ortiz all sorts of problems. He changes speeds. He locates well. For his career, Ortiz is 0 for 11 against Casey Jansen. And we talked about Ortiz and his game plan. He'll make up his mind to look for a particular pitch. You'll watch what Jansen does against other big left-handed hitters. There's a drive to center field. Bonifacio back at the wall. Jumps, and it's over his glove. Bautista is chasing it back toward the infield. David Ortiz, with his first hit against Casey Jansen, just missed hitting another home run here at Rogers Center.
Well, he loves hitting in this ballpark, and he hits a ton of home runs here. That's a fastball for Jansen. They wanted it away. You can see Aaron Sebia reaches for it on the inner half, and Big Papi sends it to the wall just out of the reach of Bonifacio. Finally run down by Bautista. Ortiz thought he got this one. He didn't come out of the box running. If this ball comes right back to Bautista, he's going to hold him to a single. So now he'll be lifted for the pinch runner.
Brock Holt comes off the bench to run for Ortiz. Ortiz with 2 hits tonight, a single and a double. Johnny Gomes entered the game in the 6th as a pinch hitter. Goes after the first pitch. Jansen checks on the runner at second, and Gomes is retired on 1 pitch. Jansen did a good job. First thing he thought about was that runner at second.
Yeah, he's good athlete. Casey Jansen catches the ball first. That's what you want to do. Catch it first, then look at that runner. Don't get ahead of yourself. And he didn't. Holt, you got to make that ball get by him. It didn't. He scrambles back to second base.
Mike Napoli 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts. Napoli might get a different approach from Casey Jansen. than he has seen from the other pitchers tonight.
Yeah, Redmond stayed in on him.
Wagner struck him out, pounding him in. Arancibia set up inside, but Jansen missed all the way across the plate.
And that's why he's upset right there. You see him pound the ball right into his glove. And he knew he wanted to go in there, and he got away with one over the plate.
Casey Jansen ahead of Mike Napoli, 0-2. The Red Sox are 7-4 in extra inning games this season. The Blue Jays 6-6. Breaking ball bounced away. Well, Arancibia is going to go talk things over with his pitcher. We mentioned Napoli has a good idea that the Jays overall want to get him out inside. Might be a different case with Casey Jansen.
Yeah, a different look. Jansen can paint inside or outside. And I think that's why JP went out there to talk to him. Let's make sure. Casey did all the talking. This is how I want to attack Napoli. This is what I feel good with right now. So let's go with this.
What a pitch. He had a game plan and he executed. He strikes out Mike Napoli. When we come back, it'll be Arancibia, Bonifacio, and Reyes in this 2-2 game. Bottom of the 10th, a 2-2 game. J.P. Arancibia has driven in both of the Blue Jays' runs. He homered his last time up leading off the 8th to tie it.
Got himself into a good fastball count, 3-1. By being patient.
He gets sawed off here as Breslow catches the little line drive back to the mound. First out of the inning.
Breslow is working these right-handers on the inner half. He struck out DeRosa to end the 9th. This time comes way inside against Aaron Sebia. Saws him off.
Emilio Bonifacio has got 0 for 3 tonight. He'll bat right-handed for the first time. Dustin Pedroia at second base is really shortened up, guarding against a push bunt.
Just anticipating him pushing that ball by the pitcher. It's a left-handed pitcher. Going to fall off to the third base side. You just try and punch it to the second baseman.
Mike Napoli, the first baseman, made a good play on a Rajay Davis bunt in the 8th inning. Bonifacio quickly in the hole, 0-2. So now the infield can back up a few steps. Breslow entered the ballgame in the 9th with 2 outs and dealt with the pinch hitter Mark DeRosa. He struck out DeRosa. Bonifacio strikes out on the high fastball. 3 strikeouts tonight for the Blue Jays center fielder.
That ball up. They wanted to go up there. He has been swinging at it. That is a planned pitch right there, right at the letters. Bonifacio comes up empty.
The Breslow pitches a total of 1 inning and a couple of strikeouts. Faced a minimum of 3 batters. He's out of the ball game with 2 outs in the 10th. Who is appearing in his 55th game, and he's had another fine season pitching for Boston.
How about those numbers right there? He wasn't the closer at the beginning of the season. He wasn't even their second choice. That was Hanrahan, Bailey, and now Uehara. And look at those numbers, 12 for 15. Righties 200, lefties 109. That's because he's got a great split finger fastball also. The whip under 1. So go up there swinging. He's going to be around the strike zone.
He throws a lot of strikes. There's that first pitch, split finger. pitch, and Reyes is out in front. Reyes has 9 home runs this season. The oddity is that he doesn't have a triple yet.
That's his forte, isn't it?
7 times in his career he had double-digit triples. In a career-high 19 for the Mets, but obviously he's been out with the ankle injury and he's still not 100%, not running as well as he will when he's healthy.
Well, I'll take double digits in home runs right here in this situation. This is Saturday off of Ryan Cook, who doesn't give up many home runs. That's the first home run given up by Ryan Cook in the year, and it's Jose Reyes who goes down and gets it. Smokes it into the second deck here at Rogers Center.
It's a big insurance run that was huge as Oakland scored a run in the top of the ninth. The Blue Jays held on for a 5-4 win. But he is playing on a bad ankle and he just refuses to come out of the lineup. Injured the ankle in Kansas City, second week of April. Uehara comes out of the bullpen and strikes out Reyes to end the 10th. We'll go to the 11th. It's still tied at 2. Takes a look at sports' biggest rivalries. Find out who's on top. Subscribe now at sportsnet.ca/magazine. New pitcher for the Blue Jays into work the 11th inning is Aaron Luke, the left-hander, making his 50th appearance of the season.
In second in 2 days. He pitched yesterday, a very clean inning for Aaron Luke. That was the 8th inning against Oakland yesterday. Good numbers for him in his 49 games. He will face the bottom 3 of the Boston Red Sox here in the 11th.
7th pitcher of the night for the Blue Jays. Stephen Drew takes a first pitch breaking ball. Drew is looking to extend his hit streak. It stands at 12 straight. Drives this one deep down the left side. Rajai Davis down in the corner and makes the catch. What an effort by Rajai Davis, his second highlight reel catch of the night. This time down in the left field corner, a tough catch.
Yeah, we didn't even see it. He disappears down on that left field line, but he wouldn't give up on it. The ball's twisting and slicing away from him. Look at the effort. Full bore right into the corner, backhands it and holds on to it as he slides right into the corner braces himself with his legs and holds on to it. What a catch by Rajay.
Boy, great concentration by Davis. Twice tonight he has taken extra bases away from Stephen Drew.
Well, if that hitting streak stops, you can thank Rajay Davis. Both times, those were going to be doubles.
Jared Saltalamacchia, the catcher, Stephen Drew, says, I'm not going to hit it to that guy anymore.
Time to pick on somebody else.
Saltalamacchia is late on that fastball. It's 2 balls and a strike. Pretty good pitch. 3-1.
Well, it's a typical game between these two teams, isn't it? Neither team giving an inch, getting after it.
Saltalamacchia takes ball 4. The Blue Jays are really in a jam now as far as their pitching staff. They have not decided on a starter for tomorrow's game. Thad Weber will join the ball club tomorrow, but it's still been not determined who will start the game. Could be Weber, could be Ishmael Rogers.
And Rogers is down in the bullpen. Josh Johnson goes on the DL today. Saw Ishmael down there sitting earlier today down in the bullpen. If they don't use him tonight, he might be tomorrow's starter.
Yeah, always a possibility. Also, in case you're just joining us, Colby Rasmus is on the shelf with an oblique strain. His fate is to be determined tomorrow, and there's Ishmael Rogers indeed in the bullpen.
You can bet that Will Middlebrooks right now is going to be looking for a heater, looking for the fastball. He's got enough power.
Base hit through the left side into left field. Middlebrooks' second hit of the night. Saltalamacchia moves up to second.
2-0, and that's what he gets. Fastball, center cut, gets on top of that ball and hits it in a good spot.
First and second, 1 out. Aaron Loop to face the leadoff man, Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury drove in the first run of the game, tied it up in the 7th, and he scored the go-ahead run on Dustin Pedroia's single to right. Brad Lincoln, the right-hander, starts to loosen up. John Gibbons has used 6 relievers so far. Asbury bounces it to short. Reyes quickly to second to DeRosa. That's all they'll get. Middlebrooks making sure DeRosa had no chance to turn to double play.
Probably didn't have a chance because Ellsbury runs, but watch this slide. This is a perfect takeout slide. You slide into the bag and then start to stand up, and he knocks the timing off of Mark DeRosa, so he cannot complete the double play.
Shane Victorino has gone 0 for 4. He's popped up twice and grounded out twice. He was also hit by a pitch.
Not a bad idea.
Loop's not getting that inside corner at all. That's such an important pitch for him.
It's got a little bit of a tail on it, too. It comes back against those right-handers. And he can get in there.
Ellsbury's running, and there's a strike. 1-2, Ellsbury moves into second base.
Got to be a stolen base. They were holding him on.
One and two. Ground back up the middle. Saltalamacchia comes in to score. Here comes Ellsbury. The throw is late, and the Red Sox have taken a 4-2 lead. Victorino with his first hit of the night delivers.
You know, a couple of things happened in that at-bat right there. Shane Victorino, we talked about it earlier about not being afraid to hit with 2 strikes. He took a fastball right down the middle to allow Ellsbury to steal second base, and then comes right back, next pitch, singles back through the middle and gets 2 RBIs. Just a veteran hitter who's not afraid to hit with 2 strikes.
So Victorino knocks Aaron Loop out of the game. Brad Lincoln will come in to face Dustin Pedroia. Boston has taken the lead. Brad Lincoln will be the 7th reliever to work here tonight, making his 17th appearance.
John Gibbons winning that matchup, righty versus righty. With just a runner on first base, here is Lincoln into the ball game. Right-handers this season off of him, just .229.
Dustin Pedroia. There goes Victorino. Aaron Sebia's throw is into center field, and Victorino's up, headed to third. For Victorino, that's his 17th stolen base of the season. Aaron Sebia's throw was wide of second, went into center field, and Victorino moves to third on the air.
Well scouted, not wasting any time. It's only been thrown out 3 times this year, so they pick a right time to run and get in the scoring position.
Four stolen bases now for the Red Sox tonight. Dustin Pedroia, the second baseman, has 2 hits. Pedroia really kind of set the tone for the night in the first inning. He battled and got a 2-out double. And he had the go-ahead RBI in the 7th. It's his ball into center field. This should end it. Bonifacio makes the catch, but Shane Victorino with a 2-run single has given Boston a 4-2 lead. And he has had some night in the field.
Steven Drew to left field, and he never gives up on either one of these balls. Takes away extra bases with a nice running catch. Now he's going to go to his right, and he never gives up on it, keeps his eye on it, and just hits it right off the turf for another hit. Now, if there's justice, he'll probably hit one to Steven Drew here.
Koji Uhara came into in the 10th. He struck out Jose Reyes, the only batter he faced, to close out the 10th inning. He has 12 saves. His career high in saves was 13 while pitching for Baltimore in 2010. Bouncing ball. It's foul. Hit Rajay Davis in the foot.
Pretty good sign by the Boston Red Sox. Signed as a free agent in December.
He had an interesting clause in his contract, an appearance clause, and it kicked in when he came into this game. His 55th appearance vests the contract for next year at $4.25 million. Davis out in front, pops it into the seats.
He also has in that clause a games finished clause too.
He's a strike thrower. He's appeared in those 55 games. His career high came in 2011 when he split time between the Orioles and the Rangers. Appeared in 65 games. There's another pop-up. Mike Napoli over into foul ground, slides and makes the catch. Davis is retired. He is 0 for 5 tonight.
Boy, he has put on a clinic over there at first base with that glove. You don't think of Mike Napoli as a great fielder, but he's made some nice plays. One down the right field line this time. Stays right with it. Looks that ball right into his glove.
Bautista goes after the first pitch. Again, the Blue Jays have been baffled by the Red Sox pitchers. 2 runs on 6 hits. Arancibia has 2 hits. Brett Lawrie has 2 hits. Bautista a single. Encarnacion a single.
Well, he's got one of the better split finger fastballs in baseball. And there it is right there. That's a true forkball. We have seen pitchers with a split where it's not as pronounced on the baseball. That's the forkball where he gets on top of it and really drives it home.
Pulled to third base. Middlebrooks jumps to his feet quickly, and Bautista's retired. Blue Jays down to their last out. Brian Dempster, the starter for the Red Sox, went 7 innings, allowed a single run on 4 hits.
Long arms by Middlebrooks. Gets to it and finishes it off for the second out. I think the Red Sox have done a good job with their bullpen. They stretched their starter out. They got 7 innings. And they've used 3 of them here in extra innings.
Edwin Encarnacion, 1 for 3. Ball on the strike.
He can do that. He can chase it now with a 2-run lead. He can challenge Encarnacion with those fastballs away.
It's a splitter that's pulled into the second deck, way foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Blue Jays took a 1-0 lead in the 5th. Aaron Sebia snapped an 0 for 23 with an RBI single off of Brian Dempster. But the Red Sox have scored 2 in the 11th. This has popped back over the screen. Boston with a 4-2 lead. They've out-hit the Blue Jays 10-6. Hit hard down to Middlebrooks. Across to first base. The game is over. Uehara picks up his 13th save of the season. That matches his career high. Disappointing loss for the Blue Jays as the Red Sox scored 2 in the top of the 11th.
I thought that was a very interesting game. We saw a little bit of everything on both of these teams. Some good defense, some great pitching. Blue Jays used a lot of relievers. It'll be interesting to see what they have for tomorrow night against these Red Sox.
Not even sure who's going to start that game. John Farrell's Boston Red Sox win the opener of this 3-game set. Stay tuned, connected across the board on all 4 channels on 360. It's Blue Jays Express. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow night.